Hello friends, when was the last time you had a nice piece of sweet potato pudding? And let's make some. So we'll be using some yam, some coconut. I have my cocoa and some sweet potato. I'm going to go ahead, peel those up and wash them nicely, and I'm going to grate them. I like the texture I get from grating, but feel free to use a food processor or a blender. But grating works for me when I want to have a nice, good, decent piece of sweet potato. Once I'm done grating, I'm going to transfer everything to a large enough bowl, and I'm going to start by combining my wet ingredients. So for my wet ingredients, I add coconut milk, melted butter, some brown sugar, some molasses and vanilla, give it a good mix, and I'm going to set aside about a half a cup to 3/4 cups for my soft top. So in with some all-purpose flour, nutmeg, salt, allspice and cinnamon powder, give it a good whisk, and I'm going to add this to my bowl alongside the wet ingredients in alternate. So we're going to go ahead, add some wet, add some dry, add some wet, add some dry until everything is fully combined. I reserve just a bit. I love me some raisins in my pudding, and I'll be adding some golden raisins. So I just tossed about a half a cup or close to a cup of golden raisin in that bit of flour. So we're going to mix them so they don't sink all to the bottom, and we're going to mix that in. My oven is being preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to bake this in there for about 2 hours. Halfway through the baking time, I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to add that reserve liquid that we reserved, making that nice soft top. We're going to pour it all over it, and then we're going to place it back in there to finish baking. And once it's baking, you want to allow this to cool down completely before cutting into it. I allowed this to cool down for the entire night. It was the next day, and let me tell you, it was smelling so good. The texture on this was on point. I do love me a good sweet potato pudding, and I enjoy this with a cup of coffee. Tell me, how do you like to have your sweet potato pudding? And if you're a sweet potato pudding or cornmeal pudding fan, comment down below. This was so good. Thanks for watching. Bye now.